Yes, me fellow Sierra Leoneans, ladies and gentlemen, again, on a good morning, on a good afternoon, on a good evening. Me, now on our brother, Lansana Sako, host of The Hidden Truth on a Voice of Salon television network, right now with a stream on Facebook and YouTube live. My fellow Sierra Leoneans, as I promised today, say, we go come and talk about the white paper where the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone or the government of Sierra Leone bring out today, and for make them tell Sierra Leoneans them whose actions we then go take because of waiting the recommendations where the 3 commissions of inquiries come out with na Sierra Leone. If you now remember, now 3 commissions of inquiry courts them now in the government of Sierra Leone established. But before these commissions of inquiry they establish, the government make sure say them bring the case come to the people of Sierra Leone, whether them for look into the affairs of the past government or people them where them believe say they don't involve in corrupt activities while they hold some important positions them in our country. In this case, now the government of His Excellency Ernest Bai Koroma. Ladies and gentlemen, when they do put on a parliament, both the APC, we get plenty representatives or members, and the SLPP, we also get plenty representatives and members in the House of Parliament, including 2 independents. You get C4C, and then you get another political party where na the National Grand Coalition where Dr. Kande Kole Yumkela they lead na Parliament. All then political parties there, they agree say nothing with them for do in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone for make them begin go after people them where they take money where not belong to them, and in this case the monies belonging to the people of Sierra Leone where na the taxpayers them. When they pass this bill, the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone, by the voice of the people, waiting make I say the voice of the people, my fellow Sierra Leoneans them, the parliamentarians them, people like Kande Yumkela, the people like Tawa Conte, all those people, Honorable, how they call them, Abbas Bundu them, the one that all one can see in a parliament. Now we, na Sierra Leone, in with different constituencies them, now we appoint them, say, let them go talk for we, let them represent we, anything we then say. Now we, the Sierra Leoneans, then don't talk them. So therefore, because of that, we, the Sierra Leoneans, them now we appoint them people and they for let them go represent we. Anything we then come up with, we then decide. Now that host the way we call parliament, it means say na me and you, even though we not been there inside parliament, but it means say na me and you don't agree. If them pull the president, then call the president, say don't do wrong. Let it come, let them talk with her, let them see waiting it do wrong. If they find out say it do wrong, and then kick them out, then say that for impeach them, it means say you waiting at that village, we vote for you member of parliament where they represent you. Now you self don't kick the president out. So now the same thing then do with this bill where them bring come for the parliament for ask whether we go further with investigating people them where they na parliament. So ladies and gentlemen, that day they reach a pass, they all agree, APC agree, SLPP agree, all the other political parties, them NGC, C4C, independent, and remember, we get paramount chiefs them back where they represent all the chiefdoms them na parliament. When the excuse me 1 second. Yeah, hello, Mr. Tonya. Yeah, I don't see him. I did live now. I don't see him. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So when that don't happen, now the democratic country where we exercise the rule of law, make sure say we not take anybody for granted. Now that make the president put on na parliament for let the people and tell and say they want to make it do this. Now member na APC, SLPP, C4C, NGC, now and two independents, now they all agree say let them bring this thing to parliament. Now when them bring and come if them, they establish what we call the commissions of inquiry. That means this now the judges them where anybody where them believe say don't take something we not belong to them from the people of Sierra Leone because it gain a power or it get control over certain amount of property or money we belong to una the citizens of Sierra Leone. It take them where it not supposed for take a turn to in own. Now that them judges they are where the country Sierra Leone then select for make them can't tell we Uda and Uda do that to Sierra Leone. So Sierra Leoneans them in plain and blunt term, Uda then come where they use their position for thief from the people of Sierra Leone. Now in that one they mean, but they call them in a civilized way say corruption, but actually na thief, na the respectful word for corruption. When they do this, the government of Sierra Leone also for make Sierra Leoneans them believe say this not a witch hunt. They're not to go lie for anybody. They're not to go tell anybody say you don't do this way, you not do them, or they're not one for bring judges them where they look into the case. Where una they call lawyer, but not judges them, where they look into this case, they no one go bring an SLPP person for let a question APC person because Bambai it not go be fair to the APC person because a go one later APC person they get in trouble. So waiting the government do, the government of Sierra Leone, they make sure say then go get one Nigerian judge, Justice Biobele, then get another judge from Ghana, and then get a judge from Sierra Leone, where not a Sierra Leonean, where that three judges them we come together. So we look and say that na a very good pick, na unbiased people them we go sit down na that bench day for judge people them where the government of Sierra Leone, where they fight for the people of Sierra Leone say maybe, just maybe, then thief money where they're not supposed to take, then take things them where they're not supposed to take, where they not be president, where they not be minister, where they not be vice president, all them things and they. So when they put them judges there, they hope and believe say then judges there not go be biased, they not go get anything against them people there, then go make sure say then interrogate them people there or question them and give them the benefits for make them defend themselves. Waiting again, the judges then do, or the judiciary, or the three judges, including the government of Sierra Leone, for make the thing more transparent, for let Sierra Leoneans then see how things they work. It allow waiting we call camera na the courtroom. Waiting na the one day. Just like how una they see me on this show, camera. Una they see me right now on YouTube Live, una they see me right now on Facebook all over the world. Now, if you dey any side you sit down na your living room, anything what I do na ya, if I smile, you dey know. If I curse, you dey hear. If I vex, you dey know. Well, now the same thing where the government of Sierra Leone do, then self allow with the judges them for the camera they inside the courtroom so that anybody who then don't accuse or then ask say can't talk before this judge, let you tell the people of Sierra Leone, or let them ask you questions that make you answer. And not only that, then do. They also allow each person for make it take in your lawyer, we go can fight for them and defend them. For say, waiting then they say it do, it not do them. So it get the opportunity, the freedom for make it come to the court with a lawyer, we go represent them, we go argue the case in favor of the person within the accused, so that anything with that judge ask him for say, hey, President Nkrumah, you been take this, you take this, you take this, you take this. If he say he not take him, in lawyer self go come, he go talk more and defend in the President Kroma, or if na me bin dede, he defend me well, or if na Mada Bio dede in lawyer defender, if na Paulo Conte in your lawyer defender. So we all see that one the way most of them come with their own lawyers, them private lawyers, the way they hire for defend them. So now the other thing that one the way the government do, so ladies still not be like I say, then they go lie on somebody no more with them can say because the president want let them find this person guilty, then go find them guilty. Or the president go take SLPP lawyers them and judges them, they put them in court for let them judge APC people them or people them waiting at the opposite side of the coin. Not to so it happened. So on that side, I believe say the whole world believe say that one day being fair and then do justice by all the accused. Now, when they don't accuse them, people here, my fellow Sierra Leoneans, ladies and gentlemen, then the three judges them in front of the people of Sierra Leone again on camera, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, in own presence, they hand over them findings, then conclusion, meaning they hand over to Ram, waiting and waiting, then don't say nothing happen, and then your recommendations. Then give the president hold him in front of everybody. That one day back, camera been there, meaning they put up on television, let everybody see. When the president get that one day, Lord we not forget, Justice Bio Bele, where that been the head of all these or chairman of the three judges them, where been they investigate them people there through the commissions of inquiry. When he don't give everything in submission, he say the people of Sierra Leone and the world, he say, first of all, he wants to say the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, he not interfere at all with the judicial process or with the commissions of inquiry, then work or then process with them they do. He not ever call them, he not influence them, he not intimidate them, he not put him out for anything, he not make any recommendation from the day where the case starts to the end. He go also for tell the people of Sierra Leone, say, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio in performance, where he stay away from the judicial system, where he stay away from these commissions of inquiry, and not influence them, and not talk to them. He say, he hope say, every judge in Africa go follow the footstep of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, where then go deep and they work, they not influence them, they not intimidate them, they not put them out on the case, they not make recommendations. So he praised the President of Sierra Leone on that, and he tell the rest of the world or Africa, say, now then kind way they are, then they expect when then they do them work, let higher authorities they not intervene or try for tell them waiting for do. So because he say that not a good thing, because waiting we know, usually the executive branch outside the president's day, then get so much power, then they influence the decisions of the court, where not supposed to happen, because that one day they go against the rule of separations of power. Waiting at separations of power, then say, Lord, we separate the power them into one small bit. If we left a whole one great person whole all, it not go good for the citizens them or the sons and daughters of that country. Waiting at the separation of powers in government. Now the three branches of government or three bodies of government, where now the executive branch, outside the president and ministers, then they call the executive branch. Then you get the legislative branch, outside we members of parliament, or a member, the ones that we vote for let them go to parliament, let them go talk for me and you, make decisions for me and you, based on how we go live and waiting we want and waiting we not want. So then one and they back, now then they make the law for we all na Sierra Leone. If we want change anything in the constitution, now then one then they go take up that challenge, they then do that. So me family, that one day na in na the legislative branch. Then we get the one where then call the judiciary. That na the judicial branch. Now they then judges, then we get the Supreme Court, we get judges them, city council judge them, and all them people, and they where they make sure say they enforce, they interpret the law and enforce the law. Meaning, when you don't thief, then can you go now before them people and they go team up, then go tell you the kind of crime where you don't commit, how long you for go na jail according to the penal code of we country, what we get. So the law say then 3 then they, then for separate them. Nobody not forget power over the other one. No one not for interfere into the business of the other one. So that na separation of powers, and now that according to Justice Biobele, now in the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio practice, where it tell we say Julius Maada Bio not put in month pandemic case and not influence them and not tell them Uda for whole responsible, Uda for lock up, Uda for find guilty, and not tell them say I wanted them hold this president, I wanted them hold this minister, nothing like that. So in that case, my brothers and my sisters, I say that means we president do well according to the judges them. So ladies and gentlemen, now when them people here don't conduct waiting they say then they conduct, ladies and gentlemen, waiting can happen. The investigation now 2, we get then go into the Ebola, then go into plenty thing, and me get some paperwork there with me now where they now the commissions of inquiry. But before that, I go want make we listen to some reports them we come during this commissions of inquiry. Report where Umaru Fofana Guy, I don't see say me waiting 7 days. Where Umaru Fofana Guy. So ladies and gentlemen, this report Umaru Fofana, it talks say the president don't come with they don't hand over the commissions of inquiry to the president, the attorney general, where the president na INSSF can choose, and the the attorney general and the minister of justice, then don't hand over the findings of waiting, then don't come with. And according to where the president take the paper, when he talked to the people of Sierra Leone, President Bio say all the recommendation where they inside these commissions of inquiry, waiting the one they mean, everything where the 3 judges then recommend for make it do against the people and where them feel say then take something, they say go implement each and every one of them completely. So meaning everything where they say inside yonder, then go make sure say them find them people and they, or then go according to waiting the commissions of inquiry tell them. Now Lord we look, because I get some paper them on now, so now excuse me now that make at the look other side because I get her on the side. Make her pull them on this side so that way we go able for do them in a very systematic way where we not go and bug nobody. Okay. Now, Lord, we come now. So I get them before me. They say the Sierra Leone government white paper on the report of the Honorable Sir Justice Biobele George Will Commissions of Inquiry. Now this now in the first part of it. They say into the assets and other related matters in respect of persons of where president, vice president, ministers, ministers of state, deputy ministers, and head and chairmen of boards of parastatals, departments, and agencies within the period from November 2007 to April 2018. So una yeri na them people they are, na them one then they investigate from November 2007 to April. I mean from November 2007, where President Ernest Bai Koroma came to power until he left April 2018. Then say the one day when they investigate, now ministers them, parastatals, deputy ministers, chairmen of heads of parastatals, and all the people and that then they inside this. So it go on for tell we say the white paper on report of Honorable Sir Justice Bio Bele George Will Commission of Inquiry to alia examine the assets and other related matters in respect of persons who were president, vice president. Well, this they just say we see no more. Then they look at the people them when are president and we get positions them. Then one then they now then assets them then they look at the SLPP New Direction government in its commitment and desire to eradicate corruption, mismanagement and indiscipline in the affairs of government, as well as the recovery of all states' assets and properties acquired through unexplained wealth and unjust achievement. So, it said the determination of the government of just Madabio, the SLPP, for make them end corruption, then therefore, then they look into the wealth or things the way them people there don't get, where they not get explanation, how they manage gets them boku things they are now, whether na property, whether na mutuka, whether na houses, whether na land, whether na aeroplane, whether na ship now, all those things then get for look at them by God in power and then do that. Unexplained wealth and unjust enrichment. Enrichment, they don't enrich themselves, where it be say, if they be work with we fairly, they're not thief, they not take anything from we, they're not thief at all. They not be forget then kind money that they buy the constitutional instrument number 64 of 2018, published in the September to the Sierra Leone Gazette, number 65, dated 1st August 2018, instituted the Commission of Inquiry, Examination, Inquiry and Investigation. Well, now the 10 and the way they instituted August 1st, 2018, okay? And 2018 with Honorable Sir Justice George Bio Bele as chairman and sole commissioner in order to examine assets, other related matters in respect of persons who were president, like what I say. So them people are the asset. Judge Justice Bio Bele Goodwill na been the chairman of all these commissions of inquiry. Na in na the headman, although na them three been the but na in na the headman for all of them. The commission has submitted a report on the assets and other related matters in respect of persons who were president. So when they're done, they submit everything. Like what I tell you now, when the Justice Bio Bele be ready, what he do? He do in front of everybody, a camera, a handover in findings of all the three judges them to the president. They'll be one of the investigations them. Now the Ebola response na in them investigate. The government notes the commission's finding on Matia. This now the people that now where they find say then thief money from the people of Sierra Leone. Now their names then this when it come to the Ebola response team. Now them people are Justice Bio Bele, then the other two judges, then one way come on Nigeria, the one way come on Ghana, and the Sierra Leone judge. Now then TR them find where they hand over to the government of Sierra Leone, meaning the people of Sierra Leone, for although we know say, when they judge them people they are in front of we all because they allow camera for cam, they allow them people there for car with their your lawyer for defend them for say, waiting the government or the people of Sierra Leone don't accuse them of, they not do them, then give them enough time, give them, they not put them under duress, under pressure or anything, then give them the lawyer free stage for let the lawyers then defend them. Even when the lawyers then defend them, they still find them people here say, then take money, then be involved in corruption, way na the beautiful and flamboyant name for Tifman, na in then carry with this na the name where then carry with the one them way thief from the Ebola response team. Then say on Matia Cabo, Madina S. Rahman, Alfred Paulo Conte, Funamajin Alfred Paulo Conte na in na be the director of the Ebola response team. And then Dr. Donald Bash Taki, Stephen Gauja, oh, would they say Mr. Stephen Gauja himself being involved in this, as they were involved in gross abuse of their offices in the reckless manner in which they dealt with the finances of the government under their care and failure to provide leadership and supervision of the ministry of department or agency put under their charge. Now, them people there, now then they say, then do the people of Sierra Leone wrong, then involve in corruption, wherein the job where then give them for do, then fail for provide leadership, supervision of the ministry, department of agency, where then put them for make them do. Then say them people here, na Mr. Matia Cabo, na Madina S. Rahman, na Paulo Conte, we na been the director of Ebola response team, Dr. Donald Bash Taki, himself inside this, and Stephen Gauja, we na been the first director of the Ebola response team, and then it can be a coordinator, we Anes Kroma appoint Paulo Conte for make a day ahead of Stephen Gauja. So now that they say, and Stephen Gauja, one time na been the Minister of Health, Minister of Social Welfare, Children and Youth Development na Sierra Leone under the Kroma government also. And Paulo Conte himself na been the director of the Ebola response team, Minister of Defense. He don't hold many positions. Now the other two them are not know waiting have been their position at that time. So then it's a Department of Agency put under their charge in the misappropriation of 239,738,225,094 leons. Inside United States dollar, na $2,471,993.41. So them people here, they're responsible for take or unaccounted money of $2,471,993.41 now in them people here take from the government of Sierra Leone. So this money remain unaccounted for between the EOC, Ministry of Health and Sanitation, NERC, and their several collaborators. Waiting are collaborators, the people them will work together with them people here for let them money they are lost. So now that then they tell we. Then they also tell we say, for instance, the BDO, I don't know waiting at that one, they received 316 billion 501 $607,286,207.99. Now in them people here then take. So I'm not gonna go with all the money, but I go just read the names of those people where they on that side. Now the other one we say is a government accept recommendation 1 and 6. This one they tell we say the recommendation where the 3 judges then give Chief Justice Biobele Goodwill as the chairman of all the judges where they lead this from number 1 to number 6. The government they endorse that one day, meaning they agree with them, meaning that then go implement. Waiting that one day, number 1 to number 6. Now in the government don't accept the recommendation where the judges then give. It say the following persons shall jointly and severally refund and pay into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the government of Sierra Leone the sum of $33,643,447 and 447 leons. So that is 1,050,000 leons. Now in them people here go pay. That now the recommendation of the justice to the consolidated fund, meaning the taxpayer the money when at the one pot whose side we already pay taxes, whose side we money they go, then for pay this money then put and they're all together. And then they tell we again say, and then V. Mohammed Paul Kamara of King Tom Security and Logistics Limited. The following persons shall jointly and severally refund and pay into Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Government of Sierra Leone the sum of 50,955,471 dollars. One read and this is too Salon money too plenty for call. The United States dollar $1,183,000. Then other people here why they can call the name them for pay that one day $1,183,000. Now in then why they can call them for pay into the consolidated account that na the one pot. Then people here way for pay this $1,183,000 na were misappropriated and or had remained unaccounted for, namely Alfred Paulo Conte and Stephen Ngauja. So this $1,183,000 United States dollars, now two people have for pay for this. Alfred Paulo Conte and Stephen Ngauja. Before, when the Ebola outbreak came, Stephen Ngauja, when have been the Minister of Social Welfare, Children and Youth Development, we Ernest Kroma change him, he put somebody else, I think it was Sylvia Blyden, and then he call him back when the Ebola response, when the Ebola breakout came, he make him the director of the Ebola response team. But again, when he put him there, then he pulled Paulo Conte from the defense, he can make him the director of the Ebola response team, and Stephen, I think, say him become the coordinator or something. So now the two heads of this particular task or this particular Ebola response team, then they pay $1,183,000, where the commissions of inquiry say then take illegally from the people of Sierra Leone. Now, Alfred Paulo Conte, Stephen Ngauja, Umaru Badara Sise shall produce and hand over the government of Sierra Leone the total number of 254 vehicles and motorbikes that were not handed over to Office of National Security at the folding up of the NERC. Now, then three people here we then call Alfred Paulo Conte, when have been the director, Stephen Ngauja, when have been the coordinator, and you get Umaru Badara Sise. Then also say them people are responsible for 254 vehicles when a government motorcar them and motorcycles where the government state today, they not see them 254 motorcar them, they not see the motorcycle them. So therefore, them people are for hand them over to the Office of National Security and the folding up of the NERC. So then why not only the 1,183,000 United States dollars, but also they're responsible for 254 government vehicles and motorcycles where they're supposed for handover. Then number 4, Splash Mobile Communication shall refund and pay into the Consolidated Revenue Fund, the government of Sierra Leone, the sum of $640,819,999,099 hazard allowances which has failed to refund till date. Then why they say then for pay that money day. So Samuel Abayomi, Noldred and his farm, BDO, shall refund and pay instead for pay 52,347.55 being outstanding. Nadande Inge for pay. Alpha Umaru Jallo, head of HIUP ministry, in for pay $645,000. So my brother, them, let not go all over this thing, but them people here, now this then get for pay, then plenty. Low we come to the government note in the event of failure. Then say if they fail for pay this, if they not pay at all amount due, let me see, waiting and see now. Then say government accepts recommendation 7. Waiting at the recommendation 7. However, government directs that all amount due and recommended to be refunded and paid into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Government of Sierra Leone shall be done within 90 days from the date of the publication of the report together with this white paper. Then give them 3 months for let them pay everything where they say let them pay for. The very day where they publish this white paper, when yesterday, now from that date, then they start for count for the 90 days. Now, look, you can see if they not pay, waiting and go do. Then say, then for pay within 90 days. Now, all amounts due and recommended to be refunded shall be refunded and paid into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Government of Sierra Leone within 30 days from the date of the ratification of the recommendations by the Government of Sierra Leone. Now, government notes and recommendations 8 have in regards to its response to recommendation 7 above. In the event of failure or neglect or refusal to make the refunds and payments into the Consolidated Revenue Fund for the Government of Sierra Leone within the 30 days period by any of the indicted above, the government shall use all lawful means to confiscate all monies standing to the credit of any of the indicted persons in any bank account and properties movable and immovable, including houses, vehicles, stocks belonging to any of the indicted persons by the purposes of selling them to recover the said amount. Within 30 days, if they not pay, the government go move into action. It go confiscate, meaning it go seize all the property them. If they get houses them, then go take them. If they get money in a bank, then go take them. If they get stocks and bond anywhere, if now overseas the account there, we get something we then call Interpol. The government go after any asset we then get around na Sierra Leone and na the world, and go after them and take them money then they and then property, then go liquidate the assets them by selling them, and then go take them money then they then put them na the taxpayers them one pot, meaning na the people of Sierra Leone na then get that money, because waiting do if na thief then salary not able for pay them for let them able for get them kind money there or the property they wouldn't get, then that means then thief from the people of Sierra Leone. Now that the government say it go do. Now government rejects recommendation 9 as it tends to distract from the object of the Commission of Inquiry. The focus of government is to recover the people's money and not to restrain anybody from political participation. It say recommendation 9, waiting a recommendation 9. Recommendation 9 tell the government say for let them people then they let them not ever participate in any political let them not aspire ever for they pan politics, stand for election, or let them not ban them for let them not work or do anything. The government say in reject, then reject that one day. they no want waiting that the reason where they give. Then say they no want, they say, let's read that again. The, from the object of the commission's 9 as it tends to distract, say it go distract people from the commissions of inquiry. The focus of the government are for no more let them recover the money, but not to for let them stop anybody for let not participate in politics. Now, so the reason that the way the government give, why make them not ban anybody for let not participate in politics or hold any public office now the Republic of Sierra Leone. So this is what the government say. The following former public officers, Matia Kago, Madina S. Rahman, Alfred Paulo Conte, Dr. Donald Bash Taki, Stephen Gauja, be barred from holding any public offices on subvention or however funded by the government of Sierra Leone for a period of 5 years from the date of acceptance of this recommendation by the government of Sierra Leone. But here we go. Lord, we read that one more time because they don't say they're not a stop anybody, but the government now they say them other people they are where it don't call. The following former public officials: Mati Akago, Madina S. Rahman, Alfred Paulo Conte, Dr. Donald Bash Taki, and Stephen Gauja be barred from holding any public office on subvention or however funded by the government of Sierra Leone for a period of 5 years. Any office where government they put money pan, them people are where they call for 5 years, they not go hold any position at their offices, then they not go work there. So now that's not the condition where they give them people then they. Now we go to chapter 3, investigation into the granting of unsecured credit to politically exposed persons by Sierra Leone Commercial Bank between November 2007 and April 2018. Una know say we person get money in Sierra Leone where it gets big a position, minister, president. Banks then go give you loan where otherwise they not go give the ordinary man at all. Then go give you loan where they know say you not go able for pay, but then they do them because na favoritism. Then you use your position for let you get then kind access then they or contract. Now in government they talk about Naya. They say the commercial bank they give credit to politically exposed persons by Sierra Leone Commercial Bank between November 2007 and 2008. Now in them do. So I'm not going to go in for call all them people here, but them people here, them find them say them they do some illegal thing, then use them position, them power for let them get access to large sum of money, or otherwise waiting they not go get, but waiting that the government accept the recommendation of Justice Biobele and encompass them regarding them people here where commercial bank give loan. He say as a deterrent and lesson for present bank officials in Sierra Leone to exercise utmost caution and due diligence when dealing with funds of shareholders and customers in their custody on issues of unsecured loans and credits. Mr. Crispin Day, a former managing director of Sierra Leone Commercial Bank from February 2018 to 2013, shall pay 0.05% of the outstanding amount on the debts due from African Sunshine Company Limited. Now, then they go after the people, them, the bank people, them, self way in the work day. Then don't ask one of them where in the work day for let pay 0.05% on the losses where the bank losses either because African Sunshine Company Limited or that bank day 3,071,153 Salon money too plenty for call. So them owe this kind of money to that bank day. And Mr. Crispin Day himself get for pay them people and they or the Sierra Leone Commercial Bank as his contribution towards the liquidation of the above outstanding debt, because instead in hand in the parliament and they give the money. So then go after even the bank people them where they do give loan, no security, no nothing for say then go get the money back. And now people them put the money in them bank, then they for let the bank able for do business and then save the money secure. So now big risk where the bank people then take for give people the money where not secure, not guarantee say the shareholders them then go get the money back. What if that bank they been go broke? Everybody will don't put the money inside, you don't losses for nothing, you know they get them again. So now that make the government go after them. Government notes recommend recommendation 5 having regards to its response to recommendation 4 above. In the event of failure of neglect or refusal to make the said payment within the 30 days period, the government shall use all lawful means to confiscate the wire back. If they self not pay, government they take everything that them people had their hand waving the work na that bank, we give them unsecured loan because of them people and they them position, and in most cases they self going to get favor from them people they are because they don't give them unsecured loan. Investigation into the youth in drainage project of the Ministry of Youth Affairs between November. Now the Ministry of Youth Affairs themselves the same thing, then they have problem with themselves be involved in some yuki. Government notes the commission's finding on Almami Kamara by Mahmoud Bangura, Reverend Ibrahim Kuruma, as well as their collaborators as being responsible of corruption, maladministration, and lack of accountability. The commission found, among other things, that huge amounts were withdrawn without supporting documents or verification and had remained unaccounted for. For instance, the 2008 real-time audit revealed that 1,374,403,316 leons has remained unverified. Other payments were made without any supporting documents or verification, amounting to 4,889,300,000 leons. Also, that contract amounted to 762 billion. All them here were awarded without due procurement process or were done on restricted basis. So then do things them way, you know, then use their influence, their power, they not go through the right thing, then they use money fitty fata, they not account for all the money we then take, none of those things. So therefore, the government don't hold them responsible, and government don't accept the recommendation for say, if them people themselves not pay their money, every penny where they don't take, then go pay for them. If they not pay, then go seize anything where they get na air, where they get na land, where they get na water, clothes, property, money, na bank, everything. Then they go after everything, then take them because now the people of Sierra Leone now then get this. Now, this one again, government accepts recommendation 6. However, government directs that all amounts due and recommended to be refunded and paid into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the government of Sierra Leone shall be done within 90 days from the date. Then give them 90 days instead of 30 days. Then give them 90 days for them pay their money. All amounts due recommend to be refunded shall be refunded and paid into the consolidated fund. So this why the youth minister then get 90 days for let them pay for this money. Now, government accept recommendation 6. However, well, let's see. Government notes recommendation 7, having regard to its response to recommendation 6. In the event of failure, okay, that's what I read. Now, government rejects recommendation 8 as it tends to distract from the object of the commission. The following former public officials, Almami Kamara, by Mahmoud Bangura, Reverend Ibrahim Kuruma, be bad. Well, they say, you know, they bar them for let them not get political office, but only that them people are for 5 years, anything we government get for spend power, we government in money day per na saloon, then not go able for get position na their side and day. Investigation into National Youth Farm and ministry. Law we commodity. Law we come to government accepts recommendation. Law we see which alagba them back where they are. So me fambulem, we don't see this youth here, then get plenty people in at the youth ministry where then indict, where then actually hold accountable, we do plenty wrong things in there. Whether on a farm project, whether on a this, then do plenty bad things then. So now we see National Youth Village, all them here, no problem. I want we go to USA, we go see maybe some ministry them investigation into the activities of the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources. Government notes the commission's finds on Minkailu Mansare, Abdul Ignosis Kuruma, Dr. Samura Kamara. Wow. Well, the big one, they don't begin come, my brother. The big man, they don't begin come inside. Now, the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, between November 2007 and April 2018, the government notes the commission's finding, meaning the government don't take mark of waiting the commissions of inquiry. Then findings reveal about the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources. Then say Abdul Ignosis Kuruma. That I believe say na I don't know, una correct me if I'm wrong. Now the president in small brother, I don't know. Well, whether they're related, maybe they are not related. I know, I mean, they see one in brother where you get named like that. I don't know if not Alicius or Ignosis. If not the former president by Kuruma in brother or relative with this Abdul Ignosis. No, I don't feel so. Not to in brother with Abdul Ignosis Kuruma. But then say na Abdul Ignosis Kuruma, Dr. Samura Kamara, that the presidential candidate will be stand against Mada Bio when have been the APC flag bearer for the 2018 presidential elections. Then don't call in name in this misappropriation of fund in the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources from 2007 to 2018. It say Abdul Ignosis Kuruma, Dr. Samura Kamara, Mrs. Fatmata Mustafa, Sir Wonde, John Bono Sise. If you remember, John Bono Sise, na the president in Kozinda one day, we been there na Sarah Rutai. Na him in the head, Sarah Rutai, John Bono Sise, and their collaborators. The commission find, among other things, that the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, as well as the National Ministry Agency, were some of the cash cows of unbridled and mindless corruption. Wow. Wow. This is why they call them big one. Then give them big English name themselves. Then say unbridled and mindless corruption, meaning that big corruption na iminde na this ministry. Usa Abdul Ignosis Kuruma involved, Dr. Samura Kamara involved, Fatmata Mustafa involved, Sawunde involved, and the head of the mines na Boejibu, Sarah Rutal, John Bono Sise, we na the cousin of the president. Then say na unbridled and mindless corruption from 2013 to 2007. I mean, from 2013 to 2007 instead of the 20 to 2017. Now in this huge sum of 63. Whoa, that now $2,762,018 were generated and retained by the NMA, National Mining Authority, or waiting, I don't know, contrary to the provision of section which said money was misappropriated. For instance, the sum of 11,499,110,000 leons reserved to be paid to Koyadu community, where the 706 carat piece diamond was discovered, out of which the sum of 2,691,523,205 have been paid to Guji Construction Company for provision of amenities in Koyadu, but no evidence of such project was produced. Then say they give money to a company. This now the people are now Dr. Samura Kamara, their own implication, and then the president in cousin John Bono Sise, and the other ones that were called Naya, then take money, say, then they give money inside them and go fend that diamond for do some kind of development. They say that then pay the money for, but up till now, they not see one grain structure or anything where they don't do now that place inside them and go take that big diamond, or the money where they say then give then TR4 and have been paid to Goidu Construction Company for provision of amenities in Koyadu, but no evidence of such project was produced for verification. All withdrawals and expenditures totaling the sum of 27,067,778. That one they were neither supported nor authorized and had remained unaccounted for. So all the money are 11 billion, low say number 12 billion in total in Lyons. Now them money then they unaccounted for, where them people here say, then give for let them provide some amenities and other things them to Koyadu people them inside them fender big diamond. They're not able to see any company or any structure where they did for that money. Then on Sierra Rutile Company Limited, the commission notes that in 2012, Sierra Leone shares in the said company were secretly sold. Unayeri then says secretly sold. When Sierra Leone then get the company, Sierra Rutile, then sell them without the knowledge of the people of Sierra Leone, then do them undercover, yuki, then sell them, like say, na then young private property. And would have been there that Sierra Rutile, na an escroma in nephew or in cousin, na in nephew, yes, in nephew, sorry, I mean, they say in cousin, John Bono Sise, na him have been the director of that company day. So according to the allegation or the findings of waiting the commissions of inquiry say, then sell that particular Sierra Rutile, Sierra Leone people and property, the mining without the knowledge of the people of Sierra Leone. On Sierra Rutile Company Limited, that read again, the commission notes that in 2012, Sierra Leone's shares in the said company were secretly sold 12 million United States dollars now in the sell Sierra Leone their own share on Sierra Rutile, $12 million. And when they sell them, Sierra Leoneans they don't know. Now between themselves, they sell them, let's say na family property or let's say na private property. Now, during tenure of Dr. Samura Kamara without authority, and at that time, now during the tenure of Dr. Samura Kamara, now in the sell this. So the government don't accept persons shall jointly and severally refund them for pay this $12 million. That is Dr. Samura Kamara. That is John Bono Sise and another person, Minkailu Mansare, Abdul Ignos Kuruma, Mrs. Fatmata Mustafa, and Mr. Sa Wonde, then for pay $12 million to the people of Sierra Leone, and then for pay that money they na the one pot, not to Mother Build, and they go give, not to Dr. Jude Jallo, then they go give, not to the parliament, then they can and go, then they put them na the one pot, outside and tifam because na the people of Sierra Leone their money. Okay, so now that the government they try for say, Sir Wonde shall personally refund and pay into the consolidated revenue such and such amount, and then the following persons shall jointly and severally refund and pay the such amount. I'm not going to read that again because we all know now what I say. And now that now them people the young side that one day, and it say now yeah, the following persons shall jointly and severally refund and pay the consolidated fund to Sierra Leone 13,403,064,850 leons, and that in US dollars now 4,578,033 had remained unaccounted for. Sir Wonde and Mrs. Fatmata Mustafa, now them for pay that one day. Sir Wonde shall personally refund, the following persons, low see waiting this policy I get for refund, had remained unaccounted for, And other than this, Kailu Mansare, Abdul Ignosis Kuruma, Mr. Fatmata, Mr. and Sir Wonde, they're all for pay all this amount here. I want to see waiting. Wow, this they get for pay plenty money. 12 million in total, 9 then why for pay. Government don't accept the recommendation for say, then people are for pay all the money. Government notes recommendation 20, having regards to its response to recommendation 19 and above. Then people are get for pay all the money. Dr. Samura Kamara and others, now $12 million with John Bono Sise, the president in nephew, the former president in nephew, they pay this money. It says government rejects recommendation 21 as it tends to distract from the object of the commissions of inquiry. The focus of the government recommends the people's money and not restrain anybody from political participation. Now, Lord, we come, the petroleum director, we come to Inyong Wittingsev, the petroleum director in investigation activities into the petroleum director in activities. Now, government notes the commission of findings on His Excellency, Dr. Anes Bai Kuruma. Well, now we don't come to Dr. Anes Bai Kuruma in Yon now and some other people them. Lord, we see what the government say about the former president, His Excellency, Dr. Bai Kuruma, because now the big fish this in the house, now him preside over this administration. Everybody where they don't call you and work under him. Lord, we see waiting the commissions of inquiry find on Dr. Anes Bai Kuruma. Government notes the commission's finding, page 103, 108, on His Excellency, Dr. Anes Bai Kuruma, Raymond Kabu, Emmanuel Beresford Oshoba, Koka, Karifa Kabu, Momodu El Kabu, Dr. Michael Skabu, Dr. Kaifala Mara, and their collaborators. Unadoyeri, this not the people and this way they don't call. Dr. Anes Bai Kuruma, when have been the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Then Raymond Kabu, Emmanuel Beresford Oshoba Koka, na the president in secretary that one day. In press secretary na in this. Karifa Kabu, Momodu El Kabu, Dr. Michael S. Kabu, Dr. Kaifala Marawe, a one-time bank governor, and their collaborators. The commission finds, among others, act of improprieties, misappropriation, corruption, gross abuse of office, and maladministration. That the reckless manner in which the persons in question, that means the president and the people that we don't call, in question, dealt with the finances of the government under their care and failure to provide leadership to lead the loss of the total amount of 72,254,506 leons, where that now 15,413,821 now in President Kuruma and Kaifala Mara and others now in the commissions of inquiry say then thief from the people of Sierra Leone. The fancy word say corruption. Now in they say them thief 15,413,821 dollars, almost 15.5 million na in President Ernest Bai Koroma, and in executive them na in the commissions of inquiry say them thief. The former president, that na Ernest Bai Koroma, approved the total rent of $550,000 paid for 4 years on Emanshola's house. If you remember, the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency Ernest Bai Koroma, in time and during the commissions of inquiry, I talk about this plenty time where people, let me they say, the president not being involved in anything, na witch hunt. In your press secretary, when Oshokoka have been there in front of Justice Bio Bele, I believe, where camera been there at the courthouse, wherein it tell the Sierra Leonean people for say the petroleum house where they rent from him. Now force President Ernest Bai Koroma force him for let he rent the house to Ram, and the price where he rent them for $120,000 a year. He said that price they been too high for that house, and he tell the president say, since me they work for you, me na you personal friend, I they work for you. If you rent me house, that there will be conflict of interest. He talk in a court, nobody no press him, not to SLPP send him, not to NGC send him, not to C4C send him, not to anybody tell and say he lie on the president. He close to the president so much so that the president gets so much confidence in him. That means, as they say, Ernest Bai Koroma, he gets so much confidence in Oshokoka that he trusts him and believe him. He entrusts him with an executive position now in cabinet. Now the post in this way come now Justice Biobele in court. He talks it. The president force him for rent in your house where he gets. Let them make him to the office of petroleum. Not only that, they inflate the price of that house they will not reach even $30,000, $20,000 or $30,000 a year. They make them to $120,000 or $125,000 a year. And it tell we say in that court, when I can go look, it says $65,000 it been the give President Ernest Bai Koroma, meaning in been they take the balance, instead been the gain from him. Otherwise, it no say it been wrong, it been for don't return the money back to Ernest Koroma, say in no one time in the rent with them for the pay, now that no more he want, but himself now an accomplice to the crime, but a member that day where he implicates in boss in this thing. Now that time they are no say this commission of inquiry not to thing where them bring out for let somebody can life and person, because if the president in your appointment, in your friend, somebody will trust, meaning Ernest Bai Koroma, can't tell Sierra Leoneans them for say a bargain with them for thief from the people of Sierra Leone $65,000 every year. Now England they take give President Ernest Koroma for let it keep for himself, and that man they self they take in your court, they keep for himself, and then the actual rent of the house it take out for maintenance the house. Now that then do for four years, and that amount they a total to $550,000 United States dollar where them pay to Emanshola's house, meaning in the same man, owned by Emanshol Belford Oshoba Koka and his wife. Now he and his wife together Ozde in excess by $150,000 United States dollars over the budgetary approval of $100,000 per annum on rent of office space for the Petroleum Directorate. Also, on only the sum of 40 billion leons was transferred from all the monies due from the Petroleum Directorate into the Treasury signature account. Even the money where they're supposed to pay, the actual money, where them in the pay. And Nkrumah in government, in and this man, they not put the money na the government in account outside if go, meaning they keep the money, they not put them into the Treasury single account, leaving huge sum of 66 billion 278 million 837 leons unaccounted for. They're not only begging for thief the people of Sierra Leone, but also they're not being they put some money back into the Treasury so that the taxpayers then when they pay for that house day, let it benefit the people of Sierra Leone. Now inside their young pockets, the money been they go. In addition, the commission also find out, say, in order to circumvent the provision of the Fiscal Management Act 2017, where now in they preside over that, the meaning the former president Ernest Bai Koroma, staff of the Petroleum Directorate were illegally and unlawfully paid terminal benefits amounting to 6,175,000, 6,175,669,000 leons while still in service. So, Management Act staff of the Petroleum Directorate, they mean they pay them illegally and unlawfully paid terminal benefits amounting to that money day. So this now hush money that they give them people, yeah, for let them not talk. Otherwise, why then go pay them illegally? Why? Then they pay them money where they're not supposed to get. Meaning then they take the people of Sierra Leone their money from them, then pay them people there for something else. Because you know go just take money you give somebody where you're not supposed to forget. Further, the recapitalization loan of $14 million approved by the former president to Rokel Commercial Bank and given through the National Commission for Privatization was most irregular, and the balance of $12,263,821 has remained unpaid. Furthermore, the recapitalization loan of $14 million approved by the former president, where the president himself approved, meaning President Ernest Bai Koroma to Rokel Bank, given through the National Commission for Privatization, being irregular, and the balance of 12.2 million dollars today, they're not supposed to that money go, and that money they now the president, the former president in hand, that money they pass. So therefore, the action where the government of Sierra Leone say then go take the recommendation of the Anti-Corruption Commission 1 to 5, and that is for say the following persons shall jointly and severally refund and pay into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the government of Sierra Leone the sum of 70,294,265,523 leons that had remained unaccounted for as monies not transferred to the single treasury account in 2017 and monies paid out illegally as terminal benefits to the staff while still in the service of the Petroleum Director. His Excellency, Dr. Ernest Koroma, Raymond Kago, Karfala Kago, and Mr. Raymond Kago shall personally refund and pay into the Consolidated Fund of the government of Sierra Leone the sum of that had remained unaccounted for as monies paid illegally to him, then pay the money illegally to the president as terminal benefit while he was still in service as the Director General of Petroleum Directorate. Make that the money not to the Petroleum Directorate, now they pay this illegal money, like say then they pay to other people them. Then Mr. Emmanuel Beresford Oshoga Coker shall personally refund and pay into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the government of Sierra Leone 150,000 United States dollar paid to him and his wife as rent on the Emanshola house by the Petroleum Directorate in excess of its budgetary approval. In not get plenty for pay. Let's sell the host. The following persons shall jointly and severally refund into the consolidated fund, that is revenue around sum of $3 million that had remained not refunded as monies given out illegally as loan by the Petroleum Directorate through the Ministry of Finance Company Limited for supply of biometric machines. His Excellency Dr. Ernest Bai Kromah will pay that $3 million. Momodu El Cabo, Raymond Cabo Limited. Then 3R will pay for that $3 million. Also, the following persons shall jointly and severally refund and pay into the consolidated fund $12,263,821 that had remained not refunded as monies given out illegally. And that is Dr. Ernest Bai Kromah. They pay for this $12 million also in Michael Cabo, Raymond Cabo, they pay for this money. So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't reach to the big fish them. Now, the people are now where they say, now witch hunt, now this, now that. Me believe say, this particular thing is completely thorough. The investigation is thorough. The things them where they give for say, them people are get for pay, they make them very thorough for we all for law we see, law we know waiting them do, waiting them take from the people of Sierra Leone. Waiting na una your thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, the president also say anybody where then go catch if they misbehave because of this anti-corruption thing here, or because of these findings, and waiting the president don't say he go recommend everything where they say with the exception of saying it they bar them from holding public office. They say the law will condemn on them people and they to the fullest extent of the law. Now, me own disappointment in President Bio in work. Now in this. Number one, President Bio said them people are not for go jail. It not go down well with me, it not go down well with anybody else. Because if not being anybody we not get money, and not get power, and not get position, and not in at the high social ladder, and they go jail. And we they see every day, we picking them with brothers them, with sisters them, where they go thief cake because they're hungry. When they catch them, then they beat them till they nearly one kill them, they call thief. But after that again, even with that beat where they don't give them, policeman no go sorry for them for saying they don't beat them already, so therefore let them left them. Then they still lock them up, then charge them with a crime, and then lock them up, then serve their sentences. But President Bio say, then one day we don't thief 15 million, then don't thief 12 million, then don't sell we whole mining company, the shares of Sierra Leoneans, them taxpayers, the money, then sell them, put the money in their pocket, do and secretly. Dr. Ernest Kromah involved. A nephew where he make as the director of Sarah Rutile, he involved. Dr. Samura Kamara, where na be flag bearer, himself involved. Other people that involved. Then they make bargain, rent us as office space to Sierra Leoneans them, inflate the price, put the money in their pocket, even though in a president, even though Samura Kamara gets a place. Oshokoka in secretary to the president, then still greedy, then thief we see that one day, nothing they will go able for do, because me believe say each and every one of them people are then supposed for go jail for a very, very long time, 20 years, 25 years, that each of them. The president, when Ernest Bai Kromah, we're supposed for be the moral example of we country. Mother Bio, when a president, if for be the moral father of we country, you catch somebody like that. Me believe say Ernest Kromah in kind if for they in a jail for 30 years because they don't betray the people of Sierra Leone. when they don't find I'm guilty of doing then kind yuki they are, you they go ordinary house, self, you inflate the price. Not to SLPP talk am. Na in your permanent secretary where they na in office, in your party or shokoka, na in self talk and a court with all hearing. Na confidence he gets in that man, he trusts that man say go able for do in job, now that make a appoint him for let it be in your secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, now that one day talk that one day. So if that they talk then here, the 12 million, 15 million, all where they say President Ernest Koroma in hand paper, ladies and gentlemen, and in for be the moral authority of we country, in for be the role model for all Sierra Leoneans now we country. In grab go do this, is supposed for day jail for something like a 20, 30 years. Now that if it's now that kind of jail is supposed for go. And all the rest, not for go anywhere below 15 to 10 years. None of them. But again, the worst thing we build don't do, why not like, where it not bad them people they are completely for life. Let them not ever in their life take part in any or let no public office not hire them. Let no company, private or public, not for hire them, except if they go open their own private business, let them work there. But they're not the president, meaning His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, are very, very disappointed on that part. 2-10 now, you they disappoint me and you they disappoint people them. 2-10 now, Your Excellency Julius Maada Bio, una they tell we say, anybody will reach, and they enjoy all kind of privileges, even when he do the poor people and bad, even when he make poor people and suffer, even when they make poor people and die, ladies and gentlemen, still, una say they not go jail. Still, una say they go work any side where they want for work. Past where you put that 5 years ban on waiting government, they spend outside government in money they not get for day. Then people are, we for don't ban them for life. Each and every one of them for don't spend no less than 10 years in jail. Not only that, the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, me believe say if I go to 20 to 25 years in prison. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ebola fund or the Ebola money, where them thief. Una know how many people then die because them people here take money from the Ebola money where people and they send from all over the world. Me self way Sidoyasu, with we organization, we send equipment and PPE, protective order things them we send on Sierra Leone. Many Sierra Leoneans na the diaspora, then pull them 1 cent, then buy things them for protect the health and the lives of Sierra Leoneans. But the people that would put their entrust with that position for make sure say we people that not die or the one that will catch the illness, make them help them so that they go recover. They engage in enriching themselves at the detriment or peril of Sierra Leoneans. Then people and they for go jail. The president now in oversee all. In for the 25 years na jail. Now, Your Excellency Julius Maada Bio, you not put them in jail, then they can't tell we say, the president, they can't tell we now say, them people here, they forget job again now in country. Then for be minister, then go able to be president. After we then don't disappoint we. Mr. President, we gladly for the Anti-Corruption Commission, and we happy where you do them, and we gladly where you talk to your cabinet, you tell them, say, anyone way involved in corruption, we go deal with them. We're very, very happy where you do that. But this one, where you allow them for let the same thief man them, one day again, let them get power. Now with political landscape, for govern we, make laws for we don't already show say they're not only incompetent, but they're selfish, they're not care about the people of Sierra Leone. Your Excellency, you can't talk say again then one and day for whole political office. Shame on you, Your Excellency, on that part. But bravo on the Anti-Corruption Commission. And we want to say bravo to all the 3 judges them, then do their work and not even done them because it too plenty now 48 pages. It too plenty. But the one where we don't reach, low we tap day. ladies and gentlemen, anybody want call, you want ask questions, you go able call, you ask questions 610-401-4149. You go able call, you ask questions at 610-401-4149. So ladies and gentlemen, do ya? We they tell una say this is wrong. President Bio is wrong for where you tell we say we money now for left and get thief man, they let them can't thief again. Because now that you they tell we. You they tell we say people away don't thief we. Therefore, Kai again they hold the same position there and Kai again and thief we back. President Bio, you not try on that side. You for don't ban them people here for life. Like where Shaka Stephen ban people them like Victor Fo and others. Me economics teacher in self them been banned for life. Now you can't teach na Ahmadiyya. But Ahmadiyya na been private school. But them been banned for life for any public service na the country. Them ban Victor Fo for life for every public service. But guess what? The corrupt president, where them call Anes by Kruma, he come, he take Victor Fo, he not only make him ambassador, he make him vice president again for a broke Shaka Stephen in law or waiting the courts, then find the anti-corruption fine during Shaka Stephen in time. Madam Yosef don't come, he don't do the same thing. Same thing. Today, Victor Fo in name day in corruption. He not guilty yet, they not find him guilty. But, ladies and gentlemen, I not reached all the way down. So I don't know. I go get for go through them. But so far I not see in name yet. But my brothers and my sisters, it is wrong for letting people here hold office. It is wrong for letting allow them again, let them day now with politics of the country, their whole positions them. This is wrong. This again, Nalansana Sako with the Healing Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad for all I can watch. And by God in power, I go talk to Una tomorrow. God bless Una. God bless Sierra Leone. If them people are not pay, let them take everything at their hand. And we they tell the government, anybody will mistake a team up in front of law officers them, where they go execute, waiting the commissions of inquiry or any court, don't put out, ladies and gentlemen, let them deal with them with the full force of the law, just like what the president said. But again, one of the lawyers, them one Mr. Macaulay, in say, then judges they are, they're not competent, meaning they're not good enough. For let them sit down at that bench, let them come with them decisions they have for say, then clients, then guilty of this, of this, of this. So then they challenge them and that then constitutional right for let them go to court, let them challenge this. Until then people are, they don't commit crime for now, according to the commissions of inquiry. Any side where the case go now, we will give now an update, but they don't give them 30 days, some of them 90 days for let them pay. If they not pay, then they enforce waiting the commissions of inquiry recommend until, I don't know if they go court, if they go stop them until the court case done. I don't know. I will find out about that more. This again, Nalansana Sako, host of the Healing Truth on Voice of Salon Television Network. And now I don't come now, me on private one, where when I go see me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the same time live. Anytime I come on, I go there on all them 3 platforms they are, Instagram, YouTube, and Instagram. So all will come together. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I go say make una all enjoy una weekend. Thank you.